Okay, what's up guys? First off, that sun is super bright, so if I'm squinting, that's why. And today's video is going to be epic. Let me get back to that in just a second. Let's get through the pleasantries. My name is Josh. I'm a sponsored longboarder by Karma Skate Shop, and I'm having trouble talking today, and I might finish this coffee before I finish this video for the first time forever. Anyway, so like I was saying, today's board video dream build is going to be awesome. I am super excited to do this one. Let's get into it. Today's dream build video is about the original skateboards, Apex 34 and the AV Rocker. Now, if you don't know, and you haven't seen one of my past videos talking about this, my first longboard ever was an Apex 34 with S6 trucks, and it had green retro zigzags, but they were small. They weren't like the big zigs. I believe they were 65 millimeters. Anyways, I did not have risers on it at all. And here's a really embarrassing picture of me when I was young, and I really loved this board. As you can see, I had the S8 trucks on it at that time, but it wasn't always that way. The S6 trucks are what I would consider a super like surf skate truck, and a lot of people would say that they're not great for speed, but I bombed a lot of hills on the S8 trucks plenty fast. Not saying that it's something you should do, but it was fun and it was really easy to do, as well as like the trucks allow initiation of a slide to go really easy. So if you really need to slow down, you can do that really well. Also, the trucks allow you to carve super deep, which allows you to slow down by carving rather than sliding, which is interesting. It's more like snowboarding down a mountain, which is awesome. And then if you have the more narrow trucks, it's more like surfing and just carving up a wave, which is awesome. I don't surf, by the way. I don't know how. Yeah, anyway. But for this board, I'm going to go with the S6 trucks. Now, I'm going to modify them a little bit. Now, I actually have the Apex 37, I believe it's the 2011 edition, the carbon one. I have black nose guards on it. I think it's pronounced koi, wheels, and the black S8 original skateboards trucks. But, actually, let me get back to that. Anyway, I love that board, and that is like my relic board. I actually bought it on eBay, so I had one after I had the 34, and I got that one, and it was my all-time favorite board. Cue the other annoying, embarrassing picture. Anyway, I broke it, and then I replaced it with a different Apex. I believe it was the 40 double concave. Anyway, I love the 37 so much that maybe like a year ago, I bought another one on eBay for like $60, and that is like my pride and joy. I use that for mainly just carving now. I don't use it as for aggressive riding, but I love it. I love it a lot, and I wanted an Apex 34. I'm probably not going to buy this board anytime soon, but this is definitely one that I want. I need it, mainly for collecting, but also like just riding. Now, the thing that drew me to the 34 over the 37 at that time was this video. The Apex 34 release video was awesome. I actually remember Brian Bishop. He did this like, it was either a mini ramp or a quarter pipe, but he did like, he rolled up to it, did like an old school kickflip on it. I believe maybe he did like a little grind on it too. I'm not sure. Anyway, there's the clip. I showed that to you. And that was awesome. And I just thought that it was like a super nimble carving killer. It was awesome. And that's what drew me to that board. Also, at that time, I was super tiny. So, yeah. Excuse me. Anyway, I want that nimble, tiny skateboard killer. I think that's awesome. And yeah, I think it's super cool. The original, like the first iteration of the Apex 34 had camber, but as you stayed on it, the concave actually started to sag. That's why I think the AV rocker is going to be the ideal for me. I think with that Carvey truck, the AV rocker is going to make you feel a little bit more locked in rather than on top of something like the camber does, in my opinion. I want to feel in that carve. So AV rocker is going to be really, really nice for me. I like the fact that it has kicktails. And for the kicktail guards, I'm going to use black. Now, see, you can modify these trucks, and maybe people don't know that. But they do have a couple different spring options, but I'm actually not going to use the spring options from original skateboards. So, a while back, I was at a skate shop in Myrtle Beach, and I saw a giant ham board. It was like a paddle board for the road, and it had original skateboards trucks on it. I believe they're S6s, and a huge riser and some very square-lipped longboard wheels. And I saw that at a skate shop, and I thought it was super dope, but they definitely had original skateboard trucks on it. So, flashing forward, at the time, I think maybe the original skateboard trucks were like sold out, so I just thought they stopped making them. And I was looking for spring-loaded trucks, and I remember ham boards, so I looked to see if they had them, and it appears that they've made their own version of it. Here's a picture of that. I believe that's mainly to resemble the S8s, the original S8s, but they don't have the logo on it. They carry all the same parts in the same truck, which means that they gotta be compatible. So, I'm gonna use this, it's like a gold spring, which is like the middleweight option for them. And then it's got some black hardwares like the wave cam. Wave cam's gonna be black. We're gonna add that in there. I think that'll be pretty dope. It's actually supposed to be a V2 wave cam, which is interesting. As far as like a color scheme goes, I think the white wave cam would look dope, but we're gonna go with the black because it's V2. I don't know what that means, but I guess it means it's better. So we're gonna go with that one. Also, I have an original skateboards S8 black trucks. Yeah, I can't find a picture of those. So here's a picture of mine. But I'm going to take the base plate, because the base plates are the same. I'm going to take the base plate from the black trucks and use that on the S6 trucks. And I'm going to take the silver S6 trucks base plate and put that on the Apex 37. So it's going to have the black base plate. It's going to have the black V2 wave cams, the gold spring, and the black kingpin piece. That way it's like a modified, very unique S6 truck, which I think is going to be dope. Let's see, as far as the bearings go, I'm just going to use the just standard Reds bearings. I'm pretty sure at that time frame I only used Reds bearings like consistently. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, exclusively, that would have been a better word. Anyway, I only used those bearings. That's the one I'm going to use for that wheel. Nostalgia. They still make great bearings. They're not old. I just like things that I've done for nostalgia. As far as the wheels go, originally when I bought that board, I had blue, I believe 70mm seismic wheels on it, and they didn't fit. As far as like getting wheel bite goes. That sucks. That truck is back again. Okay, anyway, so I had 70mm ones. That didn't work. So I switched to the 65mm zigzags. But for this build, I'm going to use the new Orangutan Love Handles. They're 65mm, and let me tell you about it. 65mm with a width of 50mm, contact patch of 50mm. Okay, so that basically means it's a square lip. So the square lip and the contact patch are going to be the same, as opposed to like a rounded lip. It would be different. And it's an offset wheel with a Happy Thane formula, so same as the Fat Freeze and the Stimulus Endurance. I believe the skiffs are also Happy Thane. Anyway, they're blue, so 77A. and I think they would look sick on this board. I think it matches the colors. Let me give you some specs on the board real quick. The Apex 34 AV Rocker is 3 plies of maple quadaxial fiberglass and carbon fiber. The carbon fiber is the bread and butter on that guy. The length is 34.75, and then with the added nose guards, it's gonna add like maybe a smidge to it. A width of 9 inches and a wheelbase option of 21.5 to 24. For that size deck, that's not a bad wheelbase. That's actually pretty decent. The effective platform, which is where your feet are going to stand, is 20 by 9, and kick specs. 4 inches wide, 3.5 inches long. With the PK kicktail guards, it will be 4.5 long and 1.5 tall. Anyway, this is what we got. We got the AV Rocker deck. We got the black base plate with the S6 trucks, the S6 truck hanger, the gold spring, and the handboards hardware, as well as the Reds bearings and the love handle wheels. And that's the dream build. I think this would be super awesome. It's gonna be dope. I'm not gonna actually get it right now, but if I did, I could not wait. Yeah. Anyways, guys, as always, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there's a board that you want to see done in the Dream Build series, and I will get to it. Peace out.